Here's a tweet that's been running around for the past week or so, and yeah, it's caught a lot of attention. A lot of people have picked up on this, and it's something that's, well, to be completely fair, I think everybody's been kind of sort of aware of for a while, because Pierce Brosnan, he's kind of that guy for a lot of people, especially people my age. He's still, for as much as I like a couple of the films in that dude's run, he is still James Bond. He was in GoldenEye, okay? He was in a lot of the more bombastic affairs, ones that ended up leading to the more stripped down Daniel Craig iterations, but Pierce Brosnan, still a cool dude. Excellent casting for James Bond. Probably the last time that we're going to see that, at least in our lifetime, until Hollywood drives itself completely into the ground and then everything gets rebooted with a much more authentic flair, but that's another topic for another time. But we talking about his relationship with his, how do I put this, voluptuous wife. There we go, right here, okay? And this is not, it's not so much about their relationship in so much as it's a discussion about a much more wider societal, no pun intended, issue on display. Viral tweet attempting to shame Pierce Brosnan's wife, Keely Shaye Smith, backfires. Does it really? And was it even talking about Pierce Brosnan and his wife, Keely? Not so much, okay, because here's the tweet. Your daily reminder to avoid marriage. No, just showing you what happens when you simply pick up a chick and it's like, oh, she looks good now, but here could be your future if you aren't playing your cards right, okay? This is the same type of attitude. You go ahead and read into that, and then you get whenever, like, okay, when Tom Brady and, what's her face, okay, Giselle Bundchen broke up. Oh my God, if even the greatest football player of all time gets divorced, what happened? What hope does a man have out there? It's like, no, man, it makes it very simple to know what you have to do to move forward. Money doesn't make alpha. Mindset is what that's all about. But as you can see with the interaction markers that are down there, this right here, 55 million views, 8,000 retweets and quote retweets, just about 10,000 comments. Congratulations, my guy. You went super viral with this one, in so much as everybody's, commenting on it, and the quote tweets and the similar pictures are really generating quite the conversation, and we'll dive into that a little bit. But I want to see what the ethnocentric hacks over in mass media have to say about this. A viral tweet attempting to shame model, journalist, and producer Keely Shaye Smith has backfired spectacularly. Oh, they don't even disappoint with the first line right there. Okay, so listen. Okay, so we're talking about looks, because we all know that physicality, beauty, sexuality are women's chief social indicators and marketable traits. Nobody really gives a shit what you do, okay? You're a model. When was the last time you done anything specifically? Journalist, producer, it really doesn't much matter, because those things will only matter if your name carries weight, pun sort of intended. Because, okay, Smith, 60, is married to actor Pierce Brosnan. Everybody knows who Pierce Brosnan is. He doesn't need to be affixed with all of the pomp and circumstance. Actor, model, spokesman, one of the exclusive former 007s. So they're already setting the stage where they're trying to have this egalitarian approach to, oh, well, looks don't matter for a woman. Oh my God, like they can do just as much as a man, and plus they could do it in heels. When in reality, if her physical appearance wasn't of note, never would have taken off. Yes, the two met in 1994, married in 2001, and have gone on to have 2 sons together, okay? They are one of the rare Hollywood couples that have lasted, and the James Bond star has always spoken glowingly about their marriage, recently telling people just how much he loves his wife. And yeah, like I said, it's really got nothing to do with anything in regards to them specifically. It seems like, they got a good relationship. They got a good marriage that's out there, okay? Nobody ever wants to, hold up, even though they're not married. They've just been together for as long as I can remember. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. That one even predates that relationship, I do believe. But Piers reportedly wrote, friends offered her surgery to reduce her weight, but I strongly love every curve of her body. Okay, fine, whatever. You got a fat chick fetish. Good for you. Fantastic. Whatever, man. I actually don't care. She's the most beautiful woman in my eyes, and also because she had our 5 children. Sorry, what? I thought they only had 2 together. He had 3 from previous marriage, right? In the past, I truly loved her for her person, not only for her beauty, and now I'm loving her even more that she's my children's mother. Yeah, bro. That's fantastic and shit. But as Myron points out, daily reminder that you're a moron and doesn't understand image is important in Hollywood, and Pierce Brosnan is smart. Running back this comment, a daily reminder that Pierce Brosnan can't keep his hands off his wife. Yeah, gravitational pull just tends to suck them in. He's been faithful to her for 22 years. Come on now. In Hollywood, where marriages rarely succeed, and any man should be lucky to have a wife who looks this good when he's 70. Yeah, but here's the thing. We're talking about her looks because that's the thing of note. He's 70. He's still Pierce Brosnan. His looks don't fucking matter at all, okay? And as Myron followed up his point right there, guaranteed he has side chicks. Yeah, because he's a legit movie star, a charismatic man. One of 6 previous Bonds? Sean Connery, Roger Moore, George Lazenby, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig, and himself. So 6. Yeah, one of 6. One of an elusive group from a formerly well-beloved franchise. A guy who's been in Hollywood for just about as long as James Bond has actually been a franchise. Didn't he end up winning, people back when they weren't, trying to pander to a group or anything like that? Didn't he win, Sexiest Man of the Year? Okay. So he's kept himself in shape all of these years. He's got the status. He's got the career accomplishments. Yeah, of course, he also understands that having a solid relationship, a marketable relationship, is definitely going to play well for the public. But, as Pearl points out, I think gynocentric men and women are freaking out over this because the truth hurts. A man having a fat wife for him is an L. They may not admit it, but no guy is happy his wife got fat. The truth hurts. And yeah, Pierce Brosnan might love this scenario. He might love his wife with every fiber of his being. And I hope so, man. Hopefully they have a great life together and he'll live much longer because, statistically speaking, there's a lot of, different health-related issues that'll come with being at that size for that long. But a lot of gynocentric, blue-pilled men out there and a bunch of women just for the fact that, they just want to go ahead and leverage their sexuality whenever it's advantageous to them. But then at the same time, if they don't fulfill their own burden, they just want to reserve the right in order to just call you insecure, yell who hurt you, just simply calling out their shortcomings. They want to go ahead and project all of their own failings out there because there are so many guys that get sold a bill of goods. Hell, there used to be entire websites back when the internet wasn't so bitched up of guys getting married to chicks that looked exactly like this, and then in a few years' time ended up looking like this, and we all called it out for the horror story for which it was. Instead of understanding the situation, here's what everybody's doing. Red pill when marriages are long-lasting and healthy. Has really nothing to do with that. Wish him nothing but the best. I fail to see the issue here. It seems like all this is according to the design of the architect. No Pierce Brosnan slander on my timeline. Can we just allow women to exist in age? Yeah, exactly. Exist in age. Because that's all that's happening here. Nobody's calling out. She looks, well, other than the one notable example, really good for 60. And I don't know when that picture was taken, okay, or even turning back the one that Myron retweeted right there. For 60, it doesn't look all that bad. She's keeping up with her hair. Makeup seems to be on point and doesn't really seem to have that much or any real plastic surgery. Maybe a little Botox because that forehead is real shiny, but nothing inherently wrong with any of that stuff. And yeah, if they're happy, fantastic. But there is so much projection running around when it comes to this. It's just so funny. The award-winning actor has also referred to Smith as his best friend and describes her as his North Star. Yeah, whatever. And also they shacked up together, not in a modern sense, so it's a different type of relationship than what you can expect in today's day and age where nobody's running around and going, well, she ticked though. It's like, ugh. Despite their marriage being a long-lasting success, a tweet by an account describing itself as campaigning against misandrist education institutions who failed men, yes, RX Red Pill, reposted the photo of the couple taken side by side and warned men off getting married. It's very good. Your daily reminder to avoid marriage. Nice, simple, sweet, inflammatory, to the point, generated huge interaction. The pictures have been taken over a decade apart. Whoa, yeah. To use that picture that New York Post is running, because that one's even worse. And the direct comparison shows off how they both aged throughout the years. Yes, how they both aged throughout the years. One a little bit more gracefully than the other. The tweet was clearly commenting on the fact that Smith has gained weight. He said nothing of the sort. Sure. She's had 2 children and still looks incredible. You're just lying. You're lying to yourself. This is another example of women giving each other dog shit advice. But apparently, that is worth talking about. Yes, because it's like, well, whenever another phenomenon goes on, okay, there's a flash mob that ends up clearing out an Apple store. And then a bunch of arrests are made and people go, oh gee, I wonder who would have possibly done such a thing. Makes total sense. And then you'll have white knights out there going, oh, it's a societal thing. They just don't have any opportunity. They're just trying to feed their families. Always going to have the apologia. And now, there's simple commentary on women not holding up their end of the bargain. Well, in this case, the only time that it's getting held up with is with scaffolding. But it's taken for granted that men are just going to have to do that because, okay, Pierce Brosnan, throughout the entire time that they've been together, has been an active figure in Hollywood. He's continued to work. He's obviously been able to continue to put food on the table. And he's continued to be that guy. And that's what we see time and time again with many marriages and relationships out there. And the guys are just expected to do what they do, and a woman will just do whatever she wants because, oh, guess what? If you try to hold her accountable, well, she has that little ripcord that she can pull to win all the cash and prizes. Because this salty author even points that out. The tweet intended to poke fun at Smith's weight and somehow suggest that women let themselves go during marriage. Yeah, it's a meme for a reason, because it's true. And it also wasn't just reaching a quiet corner of the internet over, well, now 55 million people. And oh yeah, right. This is a repost from Australia. Gio, why would you dress like that, knowing you? Anyways, there's no pretending that this tweet wasn't partly successful in getting people to comment gross things about women, weight, and marriage. Yes, of course. Won't somebody please think of the land whales? It is the internet. You're never going to be sure of finding somebody with something mean to say. The tweet also hijacked by people defending Smith and the marriage claim that account was trying to make. Exactly. It overwhelmingly became a conversation about how great Smith looks and how wonderful their marriage sounds. Yeah, exactly. Well, I will go ahead and I'll bolster the fact that they seem like they're happy together, but there is such a wider conversation to be had about this, pun somewhat intended. That if Piers likes his women a little bit bigger, that's totally up to him. Good for him. But there are many people, many defenders of that tweet as well, that are simply trying to define, or rather defend, their own marital relationship failings and using this as justification for no longer being attracted to their wife, and instead of laying down some boundaries, simply reciting happy wife, happy life, cheaper to keep her. It's heavily implied with all of those retweets and comments on the multiple different posts that are out there is the simple fact that men's boundaries, male preferences, will forever be sacrificed at the altar of female whims and desires. That's what we're seeing right here. Pierce Brosnan and his wife, I wish them nothing but success. But to everybody else out there trying to justify their own terrible existence, you have to understand, you're not Pierce Brosnan. You can't decide what relationship ultimately works for you. You are simply stuck with what you have because you allowed yourself to be stuck with what you have. Instead of taking responsibility for that, well, now you're just lashing out, and it's all those dastardly red pill guys. They're the ones that made my wife gain over 100 pounds. Yep, sure thing. We're also responsible for making the sun rise in the east and set in the west as well, making the birds chirp. Her texting her work friend while you guys are enjoying Christmas dinner. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.